Hello and welcome back to another edition of Check It Out. Okay friends, in today's video I'll show you how I changed out my bathroom fan. This is my old one, it died, so I put a new one in here and I'll show you how I did that in under 10 minutes. Also, check out the description down below, I'll put links to the parts that I used. So step one is I'm going to turn off the power to the fan. I'm also going to go outside to the circuit breaker and turn off the circuit breaker as well. I want to double check and make sure I turn off the power. And then our next step is, let's take off that cover. These covers you can just kind of gently pull down, and we'll see in a minute that they sort of have a spring system to them. And if we look in here, we can kind of see the way it's put together. See this little spring mechanism, so I'm going to squeeze these together and just kind of jiggle them back and forth, and they'll release for us. So squeeze together. Okay, there's one of them there. And there's the other one, and then we'll go get this other side over here. So this is actually the new unit that I already put in, but I'm gonna remove it for us just so we can learn from it. So with these systems here, again, double check you have the power off, and then this is just a plug right here. There you go, simple as that. So our next step is, you can see there's two tabs right here that are holding this in, and then if we go to the opposite side, we can see 1, 2, 3 little tabs that hold this up in place. So we're going to get a screwdriver and we're just going to kind of pry up on this a little bit. See this one right here that needs to get released? So we'll just pry up on that just a tiny bit. This corner over here, so this is it right here. We got to get our piece up and over that. Okay, so it took a little bit of fidgeting with the screwdriver, but we're just going to pull this end down, and then again, these tabs are still in here. So we're going to pull it down, and now we're going to kind of pull it towards us just a little bit and release those tabs. And there you go. So there's the inside of the box right there. There's our wire connection, and then there's where the air travels out and out the roof. So again, this is the new part that I put in right here. Here's the old one right here. Okay, so let's talk about a few different options here. So here's my old fan right here. And we know that the motor's dead on it, so I measured this right here, and then I looked online for a couple different choices. So this first option right here is a 70 CFM, and now this is 6 zones, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. And that's this one right here, which is a direct change out, so I can put this one in right here very easily. This is the exact same thing, except this one only moves 50 CFMs, but it's 4.0 zones. So what are zones? Zones are how loud the motor is. So this one will move more air, however, it's going to be a louder motor. This one is going to move a little bit less air, and it's going to be a little bit quieter. For me, this is the better pick right here. It is a couple dollars less expensive as well. However, the main reason I'm going with this is it fits my bathroom size. This is a downstairs bathroom. It's just kind of a powder room. It's very small. So I'm not worried about trying to move a ton of air through it. If I wanted to move more air, we could come up to here to this 70. So this is the one that I went with right here, and we'll put it back in just a moment. Now, a third option that I could try to do is if I couldn't find a direct switch out for the one I have. Now, these come as the fan motor assembly only. So another option might be to buy the exact fan that I have, and then instead of using all the parts, you can see right here that I could have just taken out the inside, the sort of guts, if you will, of this fan right here, and just kind of thrown the rest away and just switched out this motor. It's a lot of work to try to switch out this whole box. So this is really the part, the motor and this assembly area is really all we're after. So for me, this is the best choice right here. Again, check the description down below and you can see these different options and what might be the best fit for you. Let's go ahead and put in our new one. So there's my 2 tabs that are going to line up with these tabs right here. Okay, now that I've got that up and in, let's go ahead and gently push in this side over here. Now this is a pretty tight fit, so we might have to play with it a little bit. Okay, that went up really easy. Now I've got my tabs over here, so I want to make sure that those get engaged. Okay, perfect. So I can see my tab right here is nice and engaged, and this one here, and you can see I've caught this one as well. So now we're nice and snug in there, and all we're gonna do is plug this guy in right here. Get it in there nice and firm. And now we can put our cover back on. So again, on the cover, it has these springs down here, and we're gonna pinch them together, and then we're gonna put them into those holes right here. So on this side, and then on this side over here. So we'll pinch it together and kind of slide up there. See if I can get that camera just right. Okay, perfect. And once it's engaged in there, we can kind of do the other side before we push up. Okay, now I have both sides that are put in there, and we will just simply gently push up on this top. Now I can see my paint was a little bit off, so I'm going to actually just gently adjust this a little bit. There's a little bit of play in here, so I can make it look just as it was before. And now the moment of truth. So we'll turn back on the circuit breaker, we'll flip on our switch, and it works! Hey friends, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.